Hi and welcome to today. I'm Amanda and I'm taking you on my 31 days of essential tools and supplies. My essential tools and supplies may be different from yours, but today we're going to be playing with. So let's get started. Hi there and welcome to another 31 days 31 Studio Essentials, Art Studio Essentials, and today we're going to talk about bubble wrap. Well, there's not really much to say about bubble wrap, but it is one of my Studio Essentials, and for several reasons. One of the reasons is that, you know, when I've sold a piece of work, bubble wrap is the thing that they get wrapped into, and or if I use it to protect the artwork, basically. And the other thing you can do, so you know when you get those envelopes that have got bubble wrap in, another cool thing that you can do, and you probably know already, is, you know, you can cut into smaller pieces and you can create a stamp with them. And so this is one of the things that I like doing, especially in my art journals. And where is that art journal that I was working on? That's interesting. Well, it's not really, but it's because I had been totally consumed doing some, yeah, wanting to keep everything in the same book. But it, oh yeah, here it is. I'd put it away. Anyway, so I just want to show you, and it's really great if you want to create texture in your art journals. And if you've seen some of the other videos for the series, you would have seen me work on some of these. And so let me just get, you would have thought I would have had prepared all of this already, but it's almost like, for me, these sessions are almost like you've walked in and we've decided to do something creative. Anyway, so I'm just getting a small piece of the bubble wrap, and I'm getting my brush down here with water. I should probably change it because we have mosquitoes, although they haven't seen, I mean, this has been in the studio for a while. It shouldn't be in there. Look at that. Something fell. Luckily it's anyway, so this is reality. Anyway, so just get that. So it's, you can use it as you know, to apply, to help if I shake it a bit more, apply paint and texture and a bit of interest to the page. We'll use two colours. See, some of these paints, these are the folk art ones that I've got, and they are, I really do love using them. I don't know, I'm saying it like that. Anyway, yeah, they're really good, especially they've got some really nice colours. They come in a lot of metallic colours as well, and I've had those for quite a while. And I normally just kind of, when I'm using the art journal, when I'm creating in the art journal, I will use the folk art, and when I'm, you know, like creating, doing work on canvas, then I'll use more expensive paints. Anyway, so we're just going to, all I've done is apply some paint to the bubble wrap, and you just use it like a stamp, like so. Gosh, it feels like forever. I haven't been in my art journal for a while. Okay, And that's it, really. But it creates nice textures, and you know, you can, you know, carry on. Like, I added the paint there, and you can continue until most of the paint is gone, and you still get, you know, like a faint, you still get a faint kind of, you know, areas, but you still get the shape. And depending on how much paint you put on, it will you will retain the circles, and then that could be another layer, and then you can use like translucent paint, and it will, you know, you can go over this. Like I've got some, actually they come in, it's these ones, they're called, yeah, translucent paints, Design Press. So I've had these for literally years, and it was when I first started to do stenciling, you know, like the decorative stenciling on the walls and things like that. And so I found these, and they had some stamps that you could paint the stamps with it, and I'll show you in a different area, not with the bubble wrap. It's quite thick. Okay, let's just rinse that off. Okay, let me decide on what area. Let's kind of come out a bit so you can see. So this bit isn't dry, so I won't do it there, but you'll be able to see what's underneath. You'll get a colour on top, but you'll be able to see what's underneath, and that's the nice thing about these paints. So you can add again an additional layer. Oh look, yeah, so I can even, you know, add it over. The paint kind of dried pretty quickly. Let's come in again. Hope it doesn't feel like you're on a there, yeah. So you can, so the blue hadn't dried very well, but you can see the yellow, you know, so you can use paints that are translucent and then create additional layers, and then I could do another layer of you know, using the bubble wrap in different colours, and again you just building up the layers to then ultimately what I would do with this page in terms of finishing it off is to continue to create the face. So now it is just, at the moment, it is just layers of different, you know, marks and colours, and as I said, you know, if you can see some of the different materials and tools that I've used. So I've used the black gesso, which it's very opaque and it covers, it's beautiful. I love the black gesso. I've got the painter's pens where you can create different marks, and I showed you how you can, you know, using the nib, the edge, the side, you can use the one pen and create different marks. I've got the stamps, got down here handmade stamps. I've got the graphite pencil, soluble pencil. So, you know, you can, it's just building up a layer that is telling a story, and using the tools that you have to help you tell that story, but also to help you, you know, create some interest. So again, if you've watched any of, you know, my videos, not necessarily in this particular series, when I do have extra paint, I like to, you know, cover other pages. So what I would do, I'm going to take a bigger piece of the bubble wrap, and then you always, you know, they're always there ready for you to use. And I'll just add it to this surface. Like I don't bother washing them if it dries out. Once it's dry, you know, whenever I need it, I'll just use it. This was a page that I showed you in terms of mark making and using sort of like if you use a pen, the nib of the pen, the end of the pen, you know, once you've finished with especially the writing pens, that you can use those in terms of mark making as well. So all I'm going to do is add this to here. I'm just doing it lightly because I want to kind of, as you see, get a proper the circles. If you press too hard, it starts to smudge. So just press it lightly, and that's just like, you know, you don't have to pay for it. As I say, you know, those padded envelopes that you get, recycle those. Always, unless you recycle it by reusing it, in the sense of like putting a label on and sending it out. The other thing I'm going to do is just not press the whole thing on, but just, again, it adds to the marks, and I just think it looks so cool. I think it looks cool. And again, it's just about play. It's about playing with your supplies and having fun with them. Okay, this page has just been gessoed, and so I want to just get the rest of this off. Because I don't want to smudge this bit, so I'm just going to hold it like this, and now I'm going to press down. And I'll probably, with this, let me use my, I'll get more of it off. I probably, with this, would use translucent paints. Oops, we're popping the bubbles, so we don't want to do that. And I would also then just take another page, go down here, and just do that. So it's still getting the rest of the paint off. Yeah, so you don't want any, you're not wasting any paint. Okay, there you go. So there you have it. Bubble wrap is one of my studio essentials. I use it in my journaling to create background interest, and it's you know, imagine if you went out and brought a one of the stamps that had all these circles. You know, you're paying quite a bit for the stamp because obviously they have to create the plastic. But if you've got things around the home, around the house that you can utilize in your art and mark making, then why not? So I hope that's been helpful. And yeah, you know, you don't even have to wash them, you just let them dry. I just let them dry, put them in my mark making drawer, and until next time. There you go. So I hope that's been helpful, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Okay, take care. Bye.